perfect choice. Visit bcctc.org.
Wow, professional producer Ryan Garazunas leads us in to the Coach's Corner, weekly show dedicated to Beaver County football, basketball, and other. And we are here again, third show of the year. Boy, it's going quick. First show was a preview show. Then last week we had the Ambridge Bridgers. Today is the Western Beaver Golden Beavers, a team that we are going to cover this Saturday. They take on the Rochester Rams. And they say 2 p.m., Coach. Is that true?
No, 12:30. Traditional Western Beaver start. 12:30 Saturday afternoon.
That's wrong on my... Yeah, it's a noon. 12:30. We get on here at noon.
Mike, don't show up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I can't. It's on Mike Azadian. John Parada, co-host, the famous John Parada, the alumni of Western Beaver, and Western Beaver's offensive coordinator, assistant coach, Tony Caltry. Coach sitting in for head coach Ron Busby. Coach, welcome.
Thanks for having me. We're excited to talk some ball tonight.
We had you on last year. You were the head coach of the New Brighton Lions and decided to make a change. Now you're at Western Beaver, and you've got still, a low classification team, but different communities, different, more of a town community in New Brighton, more of a country community in Western Beaver, but still, it's still coaching football players, it's still coaching kids when you get right down to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great community, and then coupled with the co-op with Lincoln Park, it's a really, really interesting dynamic that started in 2018 that I think we're finally hitting the ground running with that co-op. We're really feeling both school districts bend together and be a true team together.
How tough is that? I mean, we've asked other coaches that. We've seen it happen with Center and Monaca. It's been successful, obviously, with Central Valley. It's been pretty successful with Armstrong, with Ford City and Katanning. How tough is it when some kids think they should be playing over another kid, especially if they're from another school?
I think it's just all our approach as coaching staff, playing the best player, committed to that, and giving the best effort from our staff to evaluate the talent. As an outsider coming in this year, I didn't know if some of the kids were Western Beaver kids, Lincoln Park kids, and I don't think when our kids walk through the locker room doors, we're all Western Beaver, Golden Beavers. I think that gets nixed at the door. We're all Golden Beavers when we come in.
Do the Lincoln Park kids feel that way because they've had success, big-time success in basketball? Not that a lot of the basketball players play football, but they did up through last year. But do any of those kids have an ego when they come in, or is that pretty much shot as soon as they come in the door, like you said?
No, absolutely. It's shot at the door. I think it starts with our head coach setting the tone of hard work and dedication and commitment to the program of Western Beaver, whether you're a Lincoln Park kid or a Western Beaver kid through and through, that we're just one team.
John?
Tony, it's your first year at Western Beaver. How did it come about? How did you wind up on Ron Busby's coaching staff this season?
Actually, I was on the 2019 team under Derek Moy,
okay.
And then I left after that. And then it's something that I have a lot of respect. I know the Noe family who's on the staff there, and just me and Coach Busby have been friends since that time. And the opportunity presented itself with me stepping down. My family dynamic changed with having another child in January, so it just made sense. I didn't want to give up coaching. I love it too much. My family supports it too much, and I was grateful for Coach Busby and the rest of the staff to welcome me back.
And what are your, after going through being a head coach for 2 years, what do you take from that experience? I mean, obviously you were an assistant coach in various programs, but then to have that responsibility, what did that kind of teach you as a coach? What did you kind of learn from that moving forward?
I think that and it's something that I'm trying to help Coach Busby with, is some of the logistical aspects, whether it's ordering equipment, getting bus situations, and things like that, taking some stuff off his plate that he can focus on football, because a lot of that, the logistical nightmares that present itself on a day-to-day basis, whether there's doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, tracking kids down for various reasons, I think is something it was eye-opening in my first 2 years, and as now I'm coming back to an assistant coach that I sort of have a pulse on and can lend a hand to Coach Busby. And in instances like this where he needs someone to step in at the coach's corner, I'll hop in that opportunity anytime.
We're always glad to see you, Tony. Yes.
I appreciate it.
So a lot of coaches, head coaches, they're the boss. It runs everything through them. But it seems like, I know last year we had John Rosa on with him. John was the athletic director there until he moved along. And it seems like Coach Busby gives his coaches some responsibilities. What is it refreshing to work with someone who lets you be a big part of the process? Is it a democratic process with you guys? He has the final decision. Do you guys all talk about things and come to a solution, or is he like, this is my way, and you guys follow along with it? Doesn't sound like he's like that.
No, he's not like that at all. What's good about our staff, and when we're in our coach's office, it's a very democratic process where everyone has their voice. And when we lay that office to go coach, we're one unit ourselves as a staff, and I'm thankful for Coach Busby and the rest of the staff to empower us as the assistant coaches to help make decisions and have equal say and input. Ultimately, as the head coach, he has the final say, and we'll roll with that, but it's a very democratic process in that coach's office.
How important is it for coaches to all get along together as a family and not have backbiting? And we've heard situations where some coaches have a little faction against the head coach. That's on the bigger staffs. But how important is it, especially at a small school, where all the coaches could get along and see things the same way and talk to each other and really, be there for the kids and not fight about things and take that onto the field?
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, one, we're spending so much time with each other, whether it be we're in a group chat all day that's dinging all day while I'm in the office about practice plans and schedules and different rotations and plays we want to try. And I think it's very important that we get together along and respect each other's opinions, because I think the kids feed off that and notice if a staff is in step together as well.
You say office. One thing we didn't talk about is John. He's, other than you, he's fast becoming one of the most famous people in Beaver County. He works down at the Dome, and not the Dome.
He's already more famous than me. Let's get this straight.
But he does a lot for the county, and
he does.
It's more than just pickleball down there. I'm guessing you're worried about that. Tell us about your duties down at as far as the Beaver County Recreation Department.
So yeah, we just started the ice season. So we shut down the ice during the summer, and it just conveniently starts the week of football camp. We lay the ice, so we got ice skaters, figure skaters, tennis, all starting up. We had tennis matches when I left today. I believe Lincoln Park Tennis was taken on.
Oh, you have schools down there?
Yeah, we have schools hosting some of their home meets, home matches. Lincoln Park. Our facility is the home matches for there, and anytime there's inclement weather, they come on down as well. So we open that. Beaver Falls practices. Central Valley has plenty of practices. So we're a hotbed for activities.
How many years have you been doing that?
So I'm in my fourth year. So I really, really enjoy it, and I'm very supportive of my bosses, the commissioners, who support my endeavors outside, that I can go coach football after work too.
John?
It's really great to have that flexibility, and being around sports, and I know we've talked in the past when you were on the show, you played at Monaca and what have you. Was coaching always something you wanted to do, or in your case, not only coach, but be a recreational director and, just be involved in sports in some ways? Yeah,
absolutely. I think my coaching desire to coach started with the coaches I had in high school and middle school programs. They had such an impact on me and helped mold me as a man and young man, and that if I could have just a slight impact on kids that I build relationships with, I'm doing them a service, because I really respect the guys that I had, and I'm thankful for the experience at sports and that mentorship through coaching that I was given as a student athlete.
You've coached in a few different programs now, so you've kind of got to see how different operations run at different schools. How valuable has that been to maybe take a little bit of this from one program and a little bit of that from another and kind of meld your own philosophy?
Oh my goodness, it's invaluable. Whether it be Coach Lyons at Central Valley and his organization and attention to detail, and just always bringing his A game at practice, whether it be Coach Warfield at Aliquippa with his relationship building with kids. It's so, I had such great leaders to learn from. If I could take a little bit from each, that's so valuable, and it sort of makes me who the coach I want to be and still aspiring to be.
More with Coach Tony Calciuri here on Coach's Corner. Let everybody know that Pizza Joe's from New Brighton donates the pizzas for us here. I had a slice, of course. Got to have a slice of their pizza. It's good. They have a lot more than just pizza, though. And remember, their big thing this September is pickle pizza. And I've never tried pickle pizza because I'm not a pickle guy, but I'm sure it's pretty good. We'll come back. We'll talk more about the pizza, obviously, and talk more with Coach Calciuri and some of the kids here on Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
I'm Daniel Frank, and I'm a Beaver Bobcat. That's because we are training for a long and a very profitable postseason once high school is over at the Beaver County and Technology Center.
If you're an employer, what do you look for in a prospective new hire? A proven track record is usually the #1 trait. For 46 years now, the Beaver County Career and Technology Center has been creating the workforce that has shaped Western Pennsylvania industry and service sector enterprises. It's the program with proven experience that employers know they can count on when they need to fill their workforce. Enroll your child or grandchild at the known quantity among educators and business leaders alike for 4 decades. The Beaver County Career and Technology Center. Signing up through your local public school is easy and can give your student the ability, in many cases, to make more money in certain fields than college graduates. Free career training at Beaver County Career and Technology Center is the perfect choice. Visit bcctc.org.
Being part of a credit union is like being part of a team where everyone plays and, more importantly, everyone wins. This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union. If you need a loan, it's game time. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden or Aliquippa. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or click friendlyfcu.org. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
This is Andy Toole, men's basketball coach at Robert Morris University, here to talk about my friends at Falcone Moon Township Ford. I know what it takes to win a basketball game. It begins with practice and a team of players who want to win. The same is true of the team at Moon Township Ford. Professionals who will win you over. They'll find the best rate and terms on a car loan to help you get the best deal. Make a fast break and avoid the roadblocks that stop you from finding the car you want. Go where I go. Moon Township Ford.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Looking for a fall activity for your children? Pass and score your way into the Beaver County YMCA's Youth Soccer League. The league will teach the basic fundamentals of soccer. There will be 1 practice a week teaching drills and skills. This soccer league is for kids ages 5 through 12 and runs from September 10th to October 19th. Registration is already open. To register, go to beavercountyymca.org.
You know, I've heard people refer to older veteran athletes as being all washed up. Well, quite frankly, that's a rather nice compliment if you ask me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. When you hear something like that, you have to consider the source of the water, that is. After all, getting washed up with Beaver Falls Municipal Authority water can't be a bad thing. That's because for over 80 years, we've made it possible for everyone to feel washed up, even if they are not star athletes. Click bfwater.net.
And we're back on Coach's Corner, and it is a Western Beaver Golden Beavers week. as we have the Western Beaver assistant coach, Tony Caltori, and we also have 3 young men coming in to join us soon. Eli Cooper, Jackson Liller, and Kurt Juan Moore.
Correct.
They'll be joining us soon, but right now, still Tony Caltori. Tony, a couple of different things I wanted to ask you. First is, you are an offensive coordinator. You've got a very dynamic quarterback. They lost some receivers there, but you got a couple of really good receivers as well. So talk to us about the talented kids and the type of offense you're running there.
With the talent we got at quarterback coming back with Javen Peel and replacing some high-profile receivers that we had last year, it's sort of a learning curve. Some guys having their first experience on Friday nights, or in our case, Saturday afternoons under the lights. So we're still a learning curve, but we throw the ball around a little bit more so than often. So we just got to be efficient in it, and we sort of use the pass game to open the run game up.
So we saw you guys against Ambridge in the first game of the year, and it was a hot night. They have pretty good numbers. They've got 19 seniors. Seemed like they had a little bit better play on the line after a while. As it started getting hotter, it seemed like they wore you guys down a little bit, and they chased Javen around quite a bit. So what changes have you guys made since then to protect Javen a little bit better?
I think from a staff, we looked at each other about being more efficient. I think that night we were trying to get plays off and use our speed to the advantage instead of getting in the right play. So that's something we talked about in our coaches meeting directly after. And that was great coaches tape. I mean, Ambridge had a very formidable opponent that night with 19 seniors coming back for their 4 years under Coach McBride. So we're excited. It was a great coaching experience and teachable moments for the kids as they become believers in the system, because I think kids these days, they need to see success in a system before they start being true believers. And I think with Huddle and as many angles and videos as we can reflect on, it's a great opportunity to show the kids, sit them down and slow down their minds for a Friday night game.
John?
Last week you played Southside and kind of played Southside to the rain, played havoc with it and the lightning and everything. You got a quarter and like 2/3 in. Does that help to at least have played some, or does this set you back a little bit? Because I know early in the year, a lot of times coaches will say the biggest improvement comes from week 1 to week 2. And you got the week 1 and kind of the week 2, and then it gets washed out the second half. But was there still something to be taken from that game at Southside?
Oh, absolutely. I think Coach Travelpiece does a great job at Southside, and you know that the Southside kids are always going to be tough and physical. So anytime our guys, and my thing is it's a high school experience. I hate to see any senior lose a potential game due to rain in an instance like that. So anytime we get to go out on the field Friday night, we got some momentum offensively and becoming a little more efficient, and they do a great job in their wing tee offense, and it was a great opportunity for our defense to come downhill and tackle.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you're not giving up any points when the game was called, or I guess now suspended from what the WPIL said today. You can actually, if you so desire, pick the game up at some point. I don't know how you would fit that into the schedule, but was there any talk of picking the game up Saturday, or is it just too tough logistically to try to get both teams together on what was going to, on short notice?
Yeah, I think it would have been tough logistically, and it being a non-section game. If this was a section game, I'm sure we would have either been playing Saturday afternoon or even Sunday in some cases. But logistically, I think we got our quarter and a half in. Both coaches were happy that we were relatively healthy after that quarter and a half, and let's not press our luck. So it's unfortunate to lose a half a game, but I think it was the right decision made by both coaches and administration.
Let's talk about the section and the classification. Of course, now, being that you're a co-op with Lincoln Park, it is a 2A school now. So instead of playing Laurel, Neshannock, Rochester, Shenango, Southside, Summit, the traditional rival with Southside, although you play it now, it's not a section game. Same with Rochester. You'll play them, but not section game. Now it's more county teams: Beaver Falls, Elwood City, Freedom, New Brighton, Riverside. Only Union and Mohawk that are up in 2A with you. So for you being a county guy, do the kids get up a little bit more for more traditional rivals instead of teams outside the area?
I think so. I think so. We have a great conference, and we're not on buses very long, which is a nice thing. A lot of these kids have played youth football against each other, have grown up through the ranks. That creates natural rivalries. And with social media, Twitter, they know what their opponents are doing, whether they're posting highlights and watching them from an early age. And I think our conference is very formidable, with Beaver Falls returning as the champion in our conference. That I think they really, year in year, our conference is competitive at the highest level at the WPIAL.
We're going to take another break. We're going to come back with Tony and one of the young men from Western. Don't forget, Pizza Joe's, always hot pizza, hot subs, wedges, salads. I think we need some more salads from us here, but I love their pizza, and it's hard to get a salad when their pizza's so good. Thank you to Pizza Joe's. We'll be back here. It's a Western Beaver Day here on Coach's Corner, only on Beaver County Radio.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
Make your dream of a college degree a reality at Community College of Beaver County. CCBC offers 10 pathways to success, including health sciences, criminal justice, industrial technology, business, and more. Start at CCBC and finish your career or get transfer ready, all at a realistic cost. Enroll today, ccbc.edu.
Getting into the lineup and making the team is easy at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Training camp is starting and you are invited. This is Coach Andy Dangle and I'm looking for new teammates. Membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Want the ultimate cigar experience? Fat Boy Cigars Premium Tobacco Shop and Smoking Lounge is located off of 376 in Center Township. Fat Boys Cigars offers all your cigar needs with an assortment of some of the finest cigars, including small batch boutique cigars and over 21 aromatic pipe tobacco blends and accessories. Stop and see their luxurious lounge accommodations. Book them for your next event. Visit their social media page for a list of event dates and times. Welcome to the Fat Boys world, Beaver County.
At Geneva College, your academic experience will prepare you with exceptional expertise in your chosen field. But what you'll learn is so much more than just that. Integrating faith and learning, you'll grow to see God's purpose and calling in your life's work. You'll be challenged to imagine how the world around you could be different and what your part might be in making that difference. You were made to live courageously. Visit geneva.edu today.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Mike Azadian and
John Parado.
We're here with Western Beaver, the spotlight on Coach's Corner. They can't see us on camera, so we're a little closer, a little bit more uncomfortable being this close to you, John, but I guess we got to do what we got to do for the fans, right?
I'm just glad I showered.
I'm glad I didn't. And back to the Coach's Corner here. We're going to make sure we all get on camera. We're with Coach Tony Coltree, one of the assistant coaches, offensive coordinator, sitting in for Ron Busby. Hi, Ron. If you're listening, don't worry. Everything's going pretty good. We got one of your young men here, Kurt Juan Moore. Kurt Juan, a senior wide receiver linebacker. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice being here.
There you go. I know you're a little nervous, and you asked beforehand about the questions. Trust us. We'll ask you good questions, like talk to us about being a senior, being a wide receiver, replacing some of the guys that left that were ahead of you on the depth chart last year, and now you and others have to replace those guys. Talk to us as a senior about replacing kids that left and being a senior leader.
Replacing the guys that's left, like, this is a new position for me. Like, this is my first time ever playing it. I'm just trying to learn the steps, the routes, and just make the most of my opportunity. And being a senior leader, is just trying to make sure that the guys are in line, make sure they're always focused, always on task, and just trying to, that's it.
Trying to get things, okay. How different is it now that you've got Tony as an offensive coordinator? You guys are pretty fast. You're not a running team anymore. But last year you were 50-50, more running actually. Now you guys your quarterback's out of the shotgun. You're going 5 wide receiver sets. Things are hot and heavy, so you got to do a lot of running now. It's a little different than last year. Talk to us about that.
Last year we had our quarterback was a little bit younger, so we were just trying to cater to his skills, but now he's older, more mature, and now he can throw the ball further and more accurate. And and then now.
Sorry, keep going.
Could you repeat the question?
No, about like what's it like now that you've got a quarterback who's running from shotgun, and you've got 5 wide receivers at times going out. It's a lot more running. The sets are different. It's more. You've gone more from a quarterback with running backs in the backfield and only 1 or 2 receivers to 5 wide. So it's got to be different for you now.
Yeah, this is the most that I've ran in my 3 years playing here. So we just got to make sure that we're conditioned and make sure that we run our routes at full speed in practice, run the gassers full speed at practice just to get in shape for the game.
John, what do you got for this young man?
You lost the opener and you come back strong last week against Southside. You were winning when the game got rained out. How did you think you guys played in the time you had before the game got stopped, and how frustrating is it to not be able to finish the game and through no fault of your own because of the weather?
I think that we had a strong game defensively on the opening drive on defense. We had a blocked field goal, and then it lightning got a delay, and then came back out on offense, scored, and then we just stopped and run on defense, and that was the game plan.
Did you feel that a lot of times coaches will say, the teams improve the most between the first and the second week of the season? That's where you learn the most in the opener. How much better did you feel your team played? Much better than the opener against Ambridge? I mean, certainly I didn't see the game, but from talking to people who did, they thought that you guys showed really good improvement in the second game.
We improved a lot. We were more conditioned. We were just more disciplined. We had way less penalties on both sides of the ball pre-snap. And then also we actually executed on our game plans better than what we did versus Ambridge.
Yeah. When you're in a rain delay like that, like you were, what do you try to do to keep loose so your muscles don't tighten up? and especially not knowing for sure when the game might start again. I mean, how do you kind of handle that physically and mentally while you have that break?
Physically, I just try to make sure that I can keep stretched, and whenever we went back out the second time, we made sure to get in a circle, stretch, do everything that we needed to do, but also mentally just making sure that me and the guys are locked in the entire time and not drifting away, and that we just remember the game plan.
Thank you very much, Kurt Wan. We are with Kurt Wan Moore and Coach Tony Calteri. Coach, talk about the seniors on this team. You had some kids graduate from last year's team. Talk about Kurt Wan, obviously Eli Cooper here today, and Jackson. I'm sorry. Talk about the senior leadership. Every year it changes. Talk about these young men that you are coaching.
Yeah, I was fortunate to get hired in March, and right from the jump, the senior leaders were very important. I think from the jump, they were about the team first, and I don't know if that was always the case, but this senior class was all about the team. Like this individual next to me, he loves when his teammate scores a touchdown, or if it's him, he likes blocking for his running back to score a touchdown. It's not always about him, and I think that's across the board with our senior class that's sort of trickling down to our younger class and really creating a culture of unselfish play and dedication to the team's success.
Kurt, well, let me ask you about that. So every school has kids sometimes that are seniors, a group of kids that maybe don't get along with the other kids, and the infighting and problems, and that's why teams fall apart. But it seems like at least the last couple of years from talking to Western Beaver coaches that the kids have gotten along, and it's been a pretty good culture there. Talk to us about the culture and the kids before you, and now you guys, and what you're doing with the kids after you.
We just, we're just, wait, could you repeat it?
That's all right, man. Talk about you and the culture of the kids, like Coach was talking about team first, where some schools don't have that, but you guys seem to have that team first attitude. You do, and are you talking about, letting the kids be behind you, follow in your footsteps with team first?
We're just trying to win, and if that means that I don't get to make all the plays, then that's what's necessary, just to be a better football team. And that's what I try and tell people. Like, if you're not getting the ball, you still got to play your role, because it's going to come to you eventually.
John?
One, you play Rochester this week, and I know it's another non-conference game, but it's a local school, another Beaver County school, so I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with their team, and they are with yours. What kind of game do you expect on Friday night, or Saturday afternoon, I should say, when Rochester comes to visit?
It's going to be a physical game from the jump, both offensively and defensively. It's fast-paced also, both, especially on offense.
I was wondering, I went to Western Beaver many years ago, long before you were there. And I wonder, what's your big rivalry now? Because when I was in school, we had Midland, and now Midland it's Lincoln Park. Monaca was one of our rivalries, and now it's part of Central Valley. Quigley was one of our rivals, and they shut down a few years ago. So who would you say your rivals are now, your biggest rivals?
I know that the last 2 years, my sophomore and junior year, the guys got fired up to play Beaver, Neshannock, but they're out of the conference now. Really just everybody that's in our conference. We try and play them the same.
All right, and we are going to take another break, and we're going to replace Coach with one of the other young men, and we're going to have some rapid-fire quick questions with the young men and a couple other things. We are here in the studios in Beaver County for another edition of Coach's Corner. We'll be back here on Beaver County Radio.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls. Looking for a fall activity for your children? Pass and score your way into the Beaver County YMCA's Youth Soccer League. The league will teach the basic fundamentals of soccer. There will be one practice a week teaching drills and skills. This soccer league is for kids ages 5 through 12 and runs from September 10th to October 19th. Registration is already open. To register, go to beavercountyymca.org.
This is Andy Toole, men's basketball coach at Robert Morris University, here to talk about my friends at Falcone Moon Township Ford. I know what it takes to win a basketball game. It begins with practice and a team of players who want to win. The same is true of the team at Moon Township Ford. Professionals who will win you over. They'll find the best rate and terms on a car loan to help you get the best deal. Make a fast break and avoid the roadblocks that stop you from finding the car you want. Go where I go. Moon Township Ford.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
You know, I've heard people refer to older veteran athletes as being all washed up. Well, quite frankly, that's a rather nice compliment if you ask me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. When you hear something like that, you have to consider the source of the water, that is. After all, getting washed up with Beaver Falls Municipal Authority water can't be a bad thing. That's because for over 80 years, we've made it possible for everyone to feel washed up, even if they are not star athletes. Click bfwater.net.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
Back in the studios here. I'm Mike Azadian along with John Parada, joined for a second segment by Kurt Juan Moore and now Jackson Lillard, senior linebacker for Western Beaver. Jackson, welcome to the show. Don't, between you two guys, make sure to speak loud because your fans are going to want to hear you. Before I forget, Jackson, do you want to say hello to anybody? Any shout-outs? Any friends, family, anybody you want to say hi to?
My mom.
That's it? Just mom?
Yeah, I love you, Mom.
There you go. Nothing like that. How about you, Kurt Juan? Anybody you want to say hello to? Bring that mic closer to you. You're allowed to touch it.
My grandmother and my mom.
There you go. Good. Two fine young men. Jackson, being a senior, what's it like knowing you've got 8 or 9 games, maybe more with playoffs left? Western Beaver a little bit different, only 2 or 3 teams left to play Saturday afternoon games. Running out of the tunnel on Saturday afternoon, you guys always have a pretty good crowd. What's it like knowing you don't have many more days like that left?
It's kind of sad, honestly, but you gotta make the most of what it is, you know.
Do you take any special feeling knowing you're a senior, knowing you're probably one of the leaders in a linebacker room on defense? You weren't brought here by accident. Usually it's senior leaders that get to come to go on the show. How do you feel about being in a leadership role?
it's hard sometimes. You know what I mean? At practice, you cannot. If you're telling everybody else to work hard, you better be going 100%. You know what I mean? So it's showing up every day and being 100%. So everybody else can see you doing that is the hardest part, I'd say.
Do you play any other sports besides football?
I play basketball.
You play basketball? Anything else? Just those two?
Just those two, yeah.
Kurt Wan, I think you just play football. Am I right, or is there anything else you play?
I run track and field for Western Beaver also.
Okay, good. John?
What events do you take part in?
The 100, 200, shot put whenever they need me. The 4x1 whenever they need me also.
That's a pretty good combination, the 100 and the shot put. I don't know too many guys who can pull that one off. It must you must be pretty versatile to do that, strong and fast.
Yeah, we have a pretty small team, so I just have to fill in wherever they need me.
Jackson, I wanted to ask you, you guys had a tough night in the opener at Ambridge against a real veteran team, and then you came back and you played Friday night for about a quarter and 2/3, and you played a lot better against another team. I mean, went to the WPIAL championship game last year in Southside, and it seemed like even though you weren't able to finish the game and get a full game in, that it was a pretty positive night, all things considered, for you and your team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we, especially during that delay, we made some adjustments that we're going to put it away. So,
is it tough though not to be able to finish the game? You're all fired up. You're into the game. You're into and then all of a sudden they say, well, it's just the weather's too bad.
It's a mental thing. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta stay locked in and trying to keep everybody else from messing around, because you got trying to keep the younger kids straight. So whenever you get back out there, it's business, but it's hard. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I asked your teammate here the same thing. It's a situation you're usually not in. I mean, where you're in a delay and you're sitting in the locker room and you're kind of waiting around. How do you handle that mentally, especially when it's something you're not used to and kind of just playing it by ear as you go along?
Put the music on. Yeah. All of us were sitting in the locker room. When get your guys together, give them that talk. Yeah. Tell them, get off your feet, do what you got to do, and just trying to get everybody to stay locked in.
Okay, real quick, guys. A couple more. I have a handful more questions for you guys. First, let's start, Jackson. Your plans after high school, since you're a senior, do you have any plans yet? Are you going to go to college? Going to go to work?
Going to college for sure.
What are you going to study?
Either chemical or biomedical engineering.
How about that? And Kurt Wan, I believe you said you were going to do something similar?
Yeah, I was also going to look to study for chemical engineering.
These guys are smart, man.
This guy does everything.
This guy does everything. He runs track. He does it all.
He's a screenwriter. He's taken up screenwriting at Lincoln Park.
There you go.
He throws the shot put. He runs the 100.
Does a lot.
What don't you do? You do everything.
All right. I got some rapid fire for you guys. Okay, we'll go Jackson first. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Okay. Apple or an orange?
Apple.
Salad or pizza?
Pizza.
Tennis or golf?
Tennis.
Fall or winter?
Fall.
He likes fall. Football, obviously. Night or day?
Daytime.
Do you eat cake or pie?
Pie.
How about that? Do you have any other hobbies away from football? Like if you're sitting on a Saturday night, there's not much going on, game's over, what do you do? Hang out with friends, family? What's the one thing you're going to do to relax?
Lifting weights.
Lifting weights.
That's what I do for fun.
Kurt Wan, it's your turn.
Good tell.
John, you want to go through rapid fire with him? Or you want me to go?
I'll let you because you're good at it.
Okay, thanks. Okay, fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Oh, he likes to fish. Under Armour or Adidas?
Adidas.
Oh, wings or steak?
Neither.
Oh man.
What's
your food then?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, good. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, hot sauce or soy sauce?
Soy.
Okay, salt or pepper?
Pepper.
There you go. I know what the answer to this one's be. Crocs or slippers?
Crocs. 100%.
Every kid in the United States is on Crocs. Crocs is probably the biggest company.
You didn't check.
Yeah, let's see the footwear, Jackson. You got Crocs on too?
I got shoes on too.
Oh, he's got shoes on. Last one for you. Sunset or sunrise?
Sunset.
That's rapid fire with these guys. And John, do you have anything else? Any quick questions for these two before we replace Kurt Wan and bring in the final young man here from Western Beaver?
Last week I asked Kurt Wan, you play Rochester, and I know it's not a section game, but they're a local team, and I mean, I'm sure you know they have a good history of football, and Western does too. What do you expect when they come to visit Saturday afternoon?
Tough physical game. Like, played him in junior high, same kids. Play him in basketball, same kids. It's gonna be a gritty game. So that's what we expect.
Going to take one more commercial here. Pizza Joe's is our sponsor here, one of them anyway. Thank you to them for giving us some pizza. We appreciate it. We'll be back soon for our last couple of segments here on Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio. Make your dream of a college degree a reality at Community College of Beaver County. CCBC offers 10 pathways to success, including health sciences, criminal justice, industrial technology, business, and more. Start at CCBC and finish your career or get transfer ready, all at a realistic cost. Enroll today, ccbc.edu.
Getting into the lineup and making the team is easy at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Training camp is starting and you are invited. This is Coach Andy Dangle and I'm looking for new teammates. Membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Want the ultimate cigar experience? Fat Boy Cigars Premium Tobacco Shop and Smoking Lounge is located off of 376 in Center Township. Fat Boys Cigars offers all your cigar needs with an assortment of some of the finest cigars, including small batch boutique cigars and over 21 aromatic pipe tobacco blends and accessories. Stop and see their luxurious lounge accommodations. Book them for your next event. Visit their social media page for a list of event dates and times. Welcome to the Fat Boys world, Beaver County.
Back on Coach's Corner here. Mike Azadian, John Parada. We're with the Western Beaver players. We add another, and we keep Jackson Liller, who is to the far left of us. And right next to John Parada, our newest addition is Eli Cooper, senior defensive end, and sometimes plays on the wing on offense. Eli, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Western Beaver, you guys, tough one against the Ambridge, but, you know, against a very senior-laden team. And then you play against Southside, and you're beating them pretty much before the lightning strikes. You guys had to feel pretty good. Even though you didn't play a full game, you had to feel pretty good against that team on Friday night.
Yeah, we felt pretty good. Of course, we messed up a lot of little things versus Ambridge. So we wanted to work on those little things, try to limit the turnovers, limit the penalties. So I feel like we did a pretty good job on fixing that on the Southside game. And we just have to continue to be tough up front. And if we continue to be tough and limit the little things, I think we could be pretty solid.
Now, did you get to play a lot last year, or is it more last year? Was you a starter last year, too?
I've been starting since my sophomore year.
Okay, so you've been playing a long time for Western Beaver, so you might know this question more than some other guys. What's the difference in this team versus last year's team?
I would say we just have an overall good group of seniors that just come to work every day, don't take plays off, and like just better examples for the younger kids.
You had the odd situation with the rain delay, and then you went back out, and then unfortunately the rain came back and the lightning, and you had to shut down things early on Friday. What was that like? I mean, you don't usually get in that situation where you stop in the middle of the game like that and have to wait. How did you try to stay like physically and mentally ready to know if they started the game again, you had to go back out there and play?
I honestly think it was like a good thing for us because the defense we were in, it was good, but we made a little bit of change in our defense. We was gonna go 5 people up front. I feel it was gonna work better. So we was in there, mainly me and Kurtwan, we're talking with the defensive coordinator, trying to figure out what we should do better, what we're seeing. So I feel like it was a better advantage for us just to come out the second half. The second time we went back out, and we played better defensively, I felt like, after a little bit of a change. And honestly, I think it was good for us. And just trying to stay loose, not trying to sit around too much, trying to keep the muscles loose.
Is it tough not being able to finish the game, though? Or, I mean, is it disappointing, or is it just a thing, well, there's really nothing you can do about it?
There's nothing you can do about it, but I feel like it was a little bit tough because, like, you feel like you had the confidence. You kept had things going. Like, the first break, we started getting things going, went to a break. Second time, we started feeling get more confidence, went back to a break. Of course, then come back out. But I feel like we were starting to get things clicking offensively and defensively, so it was nice, even though we couldn't finish the game. But I feel like we've seen some nice things out of it, though.
Jackson, let me ask you now again. Talk to us about school support. Every time I go to Western, we're going to be there on Saturday. It seems like there's a lot of fans, pretty good school support. Talk to us about what it's like being a Western player, walking through the hallways, and having the community recognize you as one of the football players.
Yeah, I actually had this conversation not that long ago with one of my buddies about how I can't wait to get back to school because you're walking around the hallway, there's posters up. Everybody is coming up to the locker. Yo, are you guys gonna win this Friday? Kids in the band. We're a small school, so the turnout that we do get is impressive. Especially a lot of kids are involved in band, cheer. That takes away football, and it's awesome having everybody there, especially on a Saturday.
Now I asked you what you do to relax on a Saturday night. You lift weights, but what do you do when you're away from sports? What kind of hobbies? What else do you do? Don't tell me lifting weights or studying football. What video games? What do you do? Tell me what else you like to do.
I like to fish. I fish a lot in my free time.
That's
it's
good.
Ohioville, so there's lots of places to do it.
Lots of places to do it. Okay. Yeah. Back to Eli. Eli, do you want to say hello to anybody? Anybody you want to say hi to?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom and dad. I know you guys are watching, and I love y'all. Thank you for everything you guys done for me.
That's great. You're a senior. What are your plans after this? Work, school, trade school? What are you planning on doing?
I'm planning on going to college and possibly in football.
Okay, and what do you want to study?
I'm in between either physical therapy or sports management.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe physical therapy, he'll take care of us when we're old. Or sports management, maybe he'll manage our careers as we get older.
I've already made it to old, so he better get moving on this.
Now, Eli, I'm going to do a rapid fire with you.
All right.
Can you handle that?
Of course.
These other two handled it really, really well. Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
First one was a sunset or a sunrise?
Sunset.
How about do Nike or Reebok?
Nike.
Not bad. A lounge chair or a couch?
Couch.
Wow, he's a couch guy. Football or basketball?
Football.
Football. Well, that's kind of okay. How about hockey or baseball?
Hockey.
Likes hockey. He's a hockey guy. A comedy or a drama?
Comedy.
He likes comedy. Jeans or shorts?
Shorts.
I thought all these Western guys are jeans guys. The last one, sunglasses or a ball cap?
Sunglasses.
Okay, not bad. You did really, really well with that. How about you? What do you do away from sports to relax? Don't tell me lift weights. I'll come across this table on you.
I'd say I go fishing.
Fishing's another one?
Fishing, yeah.
Okay, so let's say it's Saturday night and you can't fish because it's night. Well, you could do night fishing. What do you do to relax with your friends, your family? What do you do?
Probably get together, have a fire with some of my teammates.
Bonfire.
We're always doing that.
Yeah.
You play basketball at Fairview School?
Yeah, we always, like summer times, we go out there. Yeah.
So, John, any more questions for these young men?
Well, I have a lot I could ask them.
Okay.
Maybe not a lot of people out listening would know. They'd be very Ohioville, Fairview specific.
Yeah, there's people listening out there.
But it would be
surprised.
No, like I asked earlier, you have Rochester this week, and I know it's a non-conference game, but there's rivalries and other sports between the two schools. What do you expect when they come out Saturday afternoon to play you guys?
I'm expecting them to punch us in the mouth, and I'm just hoping we respond.
Is it the one thing I want to ask both you two is, I mean, you're one of the few schools left in the WPIL to play on Saturday afternoon. Do you think that might be a little advantage for you guys, where it throws other teams? I mean, it's normal for you guys to play a home game in the day, but for the visiting team, do you think maybe that throws them off a little bit, having that time of the day playing in the afternoon?
I would say yes, especially on a hot day. Later in the season, maybe not so much. Maybe like waking up, not focusing. But like I feel like, especially now, I know what to do on game day on Saturdays. I have a regimen. I usually wake up around 8, try to eat something earlier, maybe eat like an orange before. So like I feel like I have a regimen. Some other kids don't know how to get their water in or like get hydrated. So I feel like I have that down pat now, which maybe other teams may not have. But I say other than that, really, it's just going out there and playing football.
Yeah.
You got another one?
No, I'll defer to you. I was going to ask them Fairview questions, but they already answered the one. They play at Fairview School,
So
like
I
did when I was young and not athletic.
If you guys could be a pro athlete in another sport besides football, what would it be? Eli?
Basketball.
Boxing.
Oh. Okay, how about who is your favorite athlete? Don't say what.
Eli Manning.
Oh, I like that. Go ahead. What do you got?
Probably Aaron Donald.
Ooh. I was afraid they were going to say LeBron like the last week. That's all. It was LeBron. All four of those guys were LeBron guys. Well, we'll just get done with the young men from Western Beaver. We're going to take one last break. We'll come back. We'll talk the schedule in Beaver County and what's upcoming on Beaver County Radio. It's a Western Beaver Day here on Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio. Good. Okay.
At Geneva College, your academic experience will prepare you with exceptional expertise in your chosen field. But what you'll learn is so much more than just that. Integrating faith and learning, you'll grow to see God's purpose and calling in your life's work. You'll be challenged to imagine how the world around you could be different and what your part might be in making that difference. You were made to live courageously. Visit geneva.edu today.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
At Geneva College, your academic experience will prepare you with exceptional expertise in your chosen field. But what you'll learn is so much more than just that. Integrating faith and learning, you'll grow to see God's purpose and calling in your life's work. You'll be challenged to imagine how the world around you could be different and what your part might be in making that difference. You were made to live courageously. Visit geneva.edu today.
And there's that music again, and we are back for our final segment on Coach's Corner. Thanks to the Western Beaver young men and their coach, and we're going to go over the schedule. And we'll go over what we can expect on Beaver County Radio this weekend. Myself, Mike Azadia, and of course John Parado. Still a non-conference. First big non-conference game is Aliquippa at Avonworth. Aliquippa was leading 12-0 over Bell Vernon after less than a quarter, and they're going to go to Avonworth, one of the better teams in 3A.
Yeah, that's Aliquippa has a tough schedule here early on between non-conference and even early on in the conference season. They have a new coach. I mean, obviously they're very talented. They're defending state champions, but they have a new coach, and there's some adjusting to do. And I thought it was impressive against the back-to-back WPIL AAA winners that they took control of that game so early on Friday night.
Ambridge is playing at Hopewell. Ambridge with the win over Western Beaver. Ambridge and Laurel Highlands did not play last week. Hopewell's had some struggles early. We're hoping to have Hopewell on next week, but Hopewell's got to step up because Ambridge, again, with 19 seniors, their team trying to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and Ambridge off to a good start. Good win over Western Beaver in the opener. And, Sherman McBride has a very veteran squad who visited with us last week, and they have high hopes to have a really good season this year.
The Beaver Bobcats, they go to Amani Christian. Now, Amani with a lot of athletes. Beaver expected to be one of the better teams from our area. Court Rouse and his team have their work cut out for them against Amani.
Yeah, that's a TV game, too. It's the Steeler game of the week.
How about that?
So how about that? You can tape it and watch it later.
I might do that.
You should.
I might do that. Speaking of Bell Vernon, Central Valley goes to Bell Vernon, and they have the unbelievable schedule. Montour, Thomas Jefferson, now Bell Vernon. That's 3 unbelievable tough games in a row for them. I'm sure they would like more of a cakewalk, but it really prepares them for the season.
It does prepare them for the season, but I think every coach wants that one game at least where you can breathe a little easy, maybe get some of your second and third team kids in a game, but it looks like Mark Lyons and his staff aren't going to have that before they jump into section play.
One of the teams a lot of people expect to do well in Section 2 of Double A is Elwood City. They're going to go to Neshannock, a single-A team now, and Neshannock and Elwood City have always been a rivalry. Elwood City hasn't beaten them in a while, but it's a chance for Elwood City to go into Neshannock and get ready for the section by playing a traditional rival.
The WPIO really scheduled a lot of tough interconference games
They
this
did.
year. A lot of really good matchups.
Yeah, they did.
And that's one, too. Elwood and Neshannock should be a really interesting ball game.
One of the teams just a little bit outside the area, but we can be heard on our sister station, WNBA. It is McGuffey at West Allegheny. West Allegheny, we're going to find out if they're going to be as competitive as they've been in the last handful of years.
Yeah, McGuffey's got a pretty good team, and that'll be another interesting game. And again, there's a lot of really good games on the schedule this week.
Moon, a 5A team, again, right there with West Allegheny, right across that border, and we have on occasion. They're at Penn Trafford. Long trip for them this week.
It is a long trip, and pack some sandwiches and enjoy the bus ride.
North Catholic comes into Blackhawk. Blackhawk, another team lightninged out, and they beat Beaver Falls badly in week 1. We're going to see what Blackhawk's made of. Oh, I'm sorry, Blackhawk lost to Beaver last week. But North Catholic is going to be a challenge for the Cougars this week.
Well, it'll be interesting. Blackhawk scored 56 points in their first game and gave up 56 points in their second game, so I would imagine somewhere in between there are the real Blackhawk Cougars, and again, a tough test with the traditionally good North Catholic program.
Can New Brighton win 3 games in a row for the first time in Lord knows how many years? Northgate at New Brighton on a 2-game winning streak.
Things are looking up with under John McCouga as the coach, and when you get that little momentum, when you get that taste of winning, it makes a big difference, and it really builds your confidence. And I know that might sound obvious, but it really does. And I think after winning 2 in a row, I'm sure they believe that they can compete with anyone right now, and their confidence has to be sky high.
Quaker Valley at Freeport. Quaker Valley starting out 0-1. Then they've got lightninged out. Riverside at Laurel. 2 tough games for the Quakers and the Panthers.
Yes. Tough games indeed.
All right. Seton LaSalle comes into Our Lady of Sacred Heart.
Did you like that analysis?
I did. It was real quick.
Pretty
quick and easy. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Osh at home facing Seton LaSalle. 2 Catholic schools facing off, and Osh should have up the upper hand in this one. But, Seton LaSalle, we just don't know what they're made of this year.
Yeah, that should be a good...
A good ball game? The game we're covering...
You got me laughing. No, actually, it's another... I know I keep saying I sound like a broken record, but these matchups that the WPIO made are interesting, really interesting. Instead, a lot of times you get those games, that's going to be 50-0.
Yeah.
These games aren't going to be 50-0.
They're not. They're all going to be competitive ball games. Yeah. The game we're covering, Southside at Beaver Falls. Southside was trailing Western. They won their first game. Beaver Falls 0-2, really struggling after WPL championship 3 years in a row. Everyone's left. A lot of people expect Southside to come in and roll, but maybe the kids from Beaver Falls got a little bit of behind them and are getting better at practice, so we'll see if they can compete against Southside.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for Beaver Falls, but they are at home, and I think they're going to get better. I mean, Beaver Falls isn't a program that's going to go 0-10. You can be assured of that. They're going to win some ball games. I know it's a tough go right now for Jim Mooney in his first year as the coach, and he's pretty much rebuilding both sides of the ball. But, there's tradition there, and that tradition says that Beaver Falls will be competitive before it's all said and done.
Three last games. Summit Academy at Freedom Friday night. Summit Academy used to playing Saturday afternoon games, one of the only teams left. Also, Cornell at Riverview. That's a Saturday afternoon game. That's one of the other teams. And then, of course, Rochester at Western Beaver. So the three teams used to playing on Saturday afternoon games. We're going to have Rochester at Western Beaver on, myself and Frank Sellebeck. Cornell, a pretty strong team, looking to make the playoffs. Rochester, after an opening week loss, trying to, get off the schneid at Western Beaver. That should be a really good ball game. I'm really looking forward to Rochester, Western Beaver. And if Freedom can win, that'll be 2 in a row for them. They struggled last year. All these teams, all three of these teams, Cornell, 4 of these teams, Cornell, Rochester, Western Beaver, and Freedom, all try to make early season success right into playoff success.
Yeah, even though it's non-conference games, you want to start building toward that conference season in a couple weeks. And, like you said, the season's flying. We already have 2 weeks in the books, and it doesn't seem possible. So that conference play is getting closer and closer, and you want to be rolling by the time you get into the games that count in the conference standings.
Friday night, Southside of Beaver Falls. Airtime 6:30, game time 7. Saturday afternoon, Rochester at Western Beaver. Airtime 12 o'clock, game time 12:30. We do not have Geneva until next Saturday. We'll have them on. Thank you to Pizza Joe's, as always, for providing pizza for these young men. Thanks to Ryan Garazunas behind the microphone. Thanks to John Parada, who is right next to me, as always. And always, we want to thank the young men that were with us tonight, and that is, I have it right here in one of my pieces of paper. We want to thank Tony Kalturi, the assistant coach and offensive coordinator for Western Beaver. Thanks to Eli Cooper, Jackson Liller, and Kurt Wanmore. One last edition today, actually, it's our not last edition, it's our 3rd edition of Coach's Corner, and we're going to say goodbye for now. And the last thing we say, as always, is go Golden Beavers here on Beaver County Radio.